Morning. What about the classics? As you can see, it's dark out there. It's 6 o'clock or something. We're at HQ. Freezing cold in the snow. -7, but that's nothing new to us Geordies up here in the north. It's -7 in the summer usually. If you're wondering where we're going today, we're going to have a trip down to one of my favourite museums. It probably is my favourite museum. Place I fell in love with years ago, 15, 16, 17 years. I can't remember, you know. I keep telling people, oh, I've been collecting for 10 years, and then my wife will say, 10 years? You mean 15 years? I say, oh, 15 years, and then she'll say, oh, you mean 16 or 17 years? So I can't remember. Anyway, we're off to Beaulieu National Motor Museum. I'm looking at my sat nav there. It says 339 miles, but from here it's not 339. It's about 300 miles, and we usually do it in about 6 hours. A bit less usually if the traffic's okay. In fact, we've done it in 4.5 before, but that's another story. So anyway, we'll see you down at Beaulieu. Bye bye now. Well, we've landed in the new Forrest, heading towards the Beaulieu Motor Museum. It's not just about cars and automobilia down here for me, it's about the animals. It's just a fantastic place to come. Anybody who hasn't been here and seen the animals and the nature and the wildlife, it's unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. You're just driving along and there'll be a cow or a pig or even one of them up there looking at you. Here we come, we're approaching the National Motor Museum at Beaulieu. One of the favourite places I come to. It's 3 degrees, it was -7 when we left Durham this morning, and it's took about 6.5 hours to get here. Pulling into the main car parks, there's loads of car parking space here. Always plenty of places to park, so let's have a look at it. You'll notice a sign there that says Vintage Tyres. Around the back of the museum there's a company called Vintage Tyres. They're not part of the museum, they're a vintage tyre company, and they supply tyres for almost anything. I've had tyres for 1901 cars, all the way through to the 1940s American pickup trucks and stuff you can't get anywhere behind the museum. So just pull up now, this is the museum, there's the entrance, park up, take a look. Museum. There you go, there's the entrance, and we'll go in and have a look and see what it's all about. Right, through the main entrance, and I think it's £27 to pay if you gift aid that lasts for a year, which I do. Let's have a look. There's the man himself, Sir John Montague. Let's go and have a look around your museum, Mr. Montague. Right, we're entering the museum now. It's fantastic this. I could do this place in my sleep. Right, let's have a look what we've got. Oh, there we go. There's an unusual car, that little Fiat. A veteran car. 1899. 2 cylinders, you see on the sheet. Moving round there. Got a Fiat. Model T. Less than 7. The Dion. The Bentley. A few modern cars over there. Bentley's lovely. Look at the big supercharger on the front. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. There you go, 1930. There you go, that's My Street, the old Dion. Lovely car. I've seen that car on a few runs as well. Beginning of the museum, it's sort of like the beginning of time. So as you move round, you get the veteran cars. You've got the steam powered there, then you've got a replica of a Velo Benz. Coming around a bit further, you've got some really, really old cars. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And a lot of these cars do actually go out on runs, which is another good thing. As you can see, it's a huge room. It's spread over, I think it's 3 levels. Every big Daimler there. Absolutely fantastic. Just looks like wants a set of horses to the front of it, doesn't it? And basically that's what it would be. With the Daimler there. Absolutely fantastic. I never get sick of this place. Just could wander around for ages and ages and ages. Quality of the cars is really, really good. like I say, they've got what's interesting for me is they've got such a selection of the veteran cars, which is me now. I've sort of changed my taste over the years, and I'm really hooked on veteran cars. That's a little Edwardian Humber there. There's always attendants, as you can see, with the green coats on there to show you around and talk to you. That's a bit of a star to show. The Bugatti gets a lot of attention. Moving around to some of the taxis. Can't imagine them as taxis, can you? There's one that's got to be the star, Chitty Bang Bang. She's actually been to my place. Well, in a wagon when we got a car delivered, she was on the top deck. I think there's 2 or 3. I think Beaulieu's got 2 or 3 in here. Moving around again, some fantastic cars here. All the cars have got a little information board on the front with a scan code, I think. So you can scan your phone, it'll tell you all about them. If you don't know all about them to start with. A lot of the manufacturers now have gone, like Riley, they just were taken over or just ended up eating up in the British motor industry when they got took over, basically. As we move around here, there's a little car that I've got in my museum, and this is where I really started the hunt for one of these. It's a little Atco Junior car. Like I say, I only know of about 5 or 6 left in existence, and I used to drool over that every time I come round. Modern cars here, a lot of people, be interested in and recognise, your Morris Minors, your Hillman Imps, your Minis. There's a strange car, that's on the hit list, that's coming to Andrew Hardy Classics. I want one of those. That's an Amphi car, so we can actually go on land and take it into Beaulieu River when we're down there. Hopefully we won't sink. An invalid car there, something you don't see, but when I was a kid they were all over the place. And the little Peel, that's a little car with a big price tag these days. Fantastic, isn't it? Moving around, you can see why a lot of schools and that bring trips here, because there's a lot of exploded engines and stuff where people can see how they work. There you go, there's the Shell garage. I actually with a few of the collectors, we've actually bought this and donated it back to the Beaulieu Motor Museum. Good friend of mine organised it. The thing was going to get auctioned off, so we all bought it and donated it back to Beaulieu. And there's the list of all of us on there. I think there's 8 of us on there. All good automobile collectors. Moving around, there's the Tangerine car. It's not just about cars, like I say. You've got shops. I mean, there's a Sainsbury's shop front. I mean, where would you see a Tangerine car? You wouldn't, would you? There's a bottle of beer car. Moving in there, it looks like a pile of scrap, but in there's actually an old veteran car tucked away. To somebody who doesn't know it, they'd probably think there was like 100 quid's worth of scrap there, but there's probably thousands of pounds worth just lying. Burton's, there's another name you don't see much of. So now we're going to move around to some of the signs, which is probably my biggest passion. This garage, John Tucker's garage, again, inspired me when I started collecting about 15 years ago. I just fell in love with the place. It's just like what you'd see in an old village. The garage, there's all the cans on the top, some really valuable cans up there, all the tools. I don't know what that car is, could be a Calcott, I'm not sure. Another British mate that's disappeared. Moving out the front of the garage now, blacksmith shop, petrol pumps, Fat Lady petrol pump, and that's the little petrol station office what you'd have at the front of your garage. Again, more petrol pumps, and all these pumps and globes are original. Moving in the shop there, I've got a little display of a little shop in my garage, and I took inspiration from this. We used to come down every year and say, look, we've got this, now we've got this, now we've got that. We never got a cat. cat there's been there years, and also a rat on top of there. Doesn't seem to move much either. But yeah, that's where we took inspiration from, John Tucker's garage. There's Mandy walking around pretending she's not with us. So there's another view of the whole museum, and you can see it's the glass ceiling. It's really illuminates the place up, really light. More expensive shell stuff behind there, big shell light box, done up light tower, shell duo can. I've actually got that air tower, or a similar one. It's got a diving helmet top. I've actually got the other one, and paid a lot of money for it, but it's a really rare, nice piece. Came out of a museum in Birmingham. So if you like sports cars or old cars or veteran cars, there's actually everything in here. You know, round here there's a lot of racing cars, rally cars. You got a Healy over there. More racing cars, rally cars. Got an Escort there, Mark II, and Audi next to it. It's probably out of my era, but they don't float my boat. Like I say, it's the really old stuff that I like. Because I can't believe that in this day and age, we haven't really come that far. Yeah, this is like the land speed record, Donald Campbell sort of display, which is really good. It's got a film playing all the time.
Between the 1920s and 1960s, and have inspired
really informative. Like I say, there's a lot of skill trips and that come here.
The embodied spirit of men who defied odds.
We weren't really frightened of speed in them days. There's a lot of these guys were ex-fighter pilots, so if you'd been flying in an aeroplane made out of a bit of plywood with a bit of nylon stretched over the top, you wouldn't be frightened sitting in a car. There's a lovely Rolls Royce. Absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? Chauffeur would sit at the front, glass screen, and there's your telephone from front to back. That pipe with a horn on the end. Top hat there, there'll be a little rack in there somewhere to hang your top hat, and a little vase for flowers, I would think. Absolutely beautiful, gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Handmade, of course. Moving around, there's a new Rolls Royce there. There used to be the James Bond, the new James Bond exhibition there, but that's moved on, I can see. Harrods van. Another little van over there, little Austin A30. Those who know me, you know I like the commercials. I've had a few of those Austin A30s. This is an aerial view of the garage, sort of walking up the side steps so you can see down, like I say, the blacksmith shop. There's the old lathe belt driven, all the old pulleys, driving everything. Upstairs you come into the motorbike section. Again, lovely selection of motorbikes, really quality up here, it really is. There's all sorts of British makes that have now just disappeared off the face of the earth. Aerial, the likes of I mean, it was a household name now. If you said to a young fella, I've got an aerial, they would think it was something you plugged in the back of your telly. There's something for the mother-in-law, a pair of motorised roller skates. Ideal for your mother-in-law for Christmas. Again, Douglas, another name of a motorbike you'll have forgot about. Bat, just unbelievable, really. Absolutely unbelievable. There's another view at the top. There's another Chitty Chitty Bang Bang by the looks of things down there. So that's two I've spotted in there. Harley-Davidson. So it's not just British marks we've got in here, we've got American marks, I think European marks. I think that's a European, I'm not sure. Is that a Nia car? Again, glass cabinets, full of trinkets, cans, signs, spanners, tools. I mean, these oil cans are highly collectible now. There's a rare bike Zenith, and it looks like it's water cooled. That looks like a radiator to me. So we're pretty far advanced with everything, really. Probably getting around to 60s and 70s now. We've got your scooters, Lamboretta and your Vespa. We've got a war exhibition over there, so there's some Some World War II bikes by the looks of things. Again, bikes with gun carriers. Back to your scooters. Quadrophenia job there. Never really been a scooter man like, but there you go. Triumph bathtub. BMW. Vincent. Now we're probably coming round to my area of the bikes that I had and I loved. Honda CBX, what a bike, look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. Looks like it's doing 200 mile an hour standing there. LC 250. Well, I had the 350, but there's the 250. A lovely one not so long ago. Fizzy, one of the first bikes I ever had. Fantastic. And that's the bike that killed the British motorbike industry, the Honda Keo 750. It hasn't just got road bikes, there's speedway bikes, trials bikes. It's like some Greaves over there, BSA. Even choppers if you're into that sort of thing. Now we're moving down a level, racing cars, modern, and racing cars old. There's a little model of a Bugatti there, fantastic little pedal car, and there's the real thing. Again, all the way around the museum, there's little films playing, there's pictures up, there's boards to read. And it's, like I say, that's a lift for wheelchairs, so if you're in a wheelchair, don't worry, there's little lifts all over. I brought my dad down here, he's in a wheelchair, and we managed fine. There you go, Lotus. There's even cars stuck on the wall. That was after a display. Look at that, man. That's fantastic, isn't it? The Beaulieu Motor Museum. Everybody should visit it. Should be on the national curriculum. Should be exams on this place. If there was, I'd probably be top of the class. Well, that's a quick look around the Motor Museum. Now we'll have a bite to eat. Like I say, it's not just about a motor museum. There's a great cafe on site where you can get a cup of tea. There's hot and cold food. You can get your dinner, whatever you want to do. There you go. I'm going to have a bit of Christmas cake. Nice big cafe in there. Can't remember how many times I've been in there. Probably hundreds, to be fair. Great view out there. I think there's Lord Montague in the back of him anyway. The grey-haired guy there. Must be some sort of one in there. Yep, that's Lord Montague. So we're back outside now. There's more exhibitions out here. There's the on-screen cars. Let's have a look around them. There's Harry Potter's Ford Angular. There's Doctor Who's car. Now I nearly bought that little car. That was on eBay a few years ago. Del Boy's van. What a star. Look at that. Trotters Independent. Unbelievable, isn't it? And Mr. Bean's Mini next to it. Yep, there's Doctor Who. I've got his TARDIS. You can't have her back. So like I say, it's not just about the museum. It's the grounds at Beaulieu as well. And in the summer when the Autojumble's on, this place is absolutely on fire. Even if you've got kids, there's a little area down here, Little Beaulieu. Obviously, I've never been, but I will be taking my grandchild there. Looks like it's fun in there. And the gardens are absolutely spectacular. Them two lads on guard. Walking down, like I say, there's formal gardens. And there's a monorail, that green thing that you see above there, that runs right round the place. Another exhibition is the Secret Army exhibition, which a lot of people don't know this, but Beaulieu was a camp for spies in the Second World War. And again, it's a really good little museum. If you've got time, definitely come and have a look around it. Little film playing there tells you all about spies in World War II. And then you've got your little exhibitions round here. Yep, why Beaulieu? I'd say the same. There's your exhibitions. You've got, you know, all the sort of gadgets spies would use. Knives, then, you know, exploding matches or whatever it is. And all the stories that go with it. There's some lethal weapons in that one and all. Jesus. Wouldn't want that going off in your pocket, would you? Again, there's a lot of kids come on school trips and it's really good. It's all the way around it.
see what's in this drawer. It's like a load of horse muck, to be fair, like, and a dead rat. There you go. So there's all sorts to see in the little museum, in the World War II spy exhibition. Definitely worth a visit while you're here. So we'll come out here and we'll have a walk round to the main house. I'm not going to go in the main house. There it is. It's Palace House. These guided tours, and you can go in and have a look. I've done it before. You've also got the Beaulieu Abbey, which is again a really fascinating place to look round. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, if you don't like petrol and you want to bring your wife, and your wife doesn't like, you like cars, she doesn't like cars, you know, there's a bit of a compromise here. You can have a walk round. There's plenty to see. There's all the grounds. It's massive. Good walk round. Just heading round to it. I just want to show you where the fields are now, where we have the Autojumble twice a year. This place will be absolutely rammed when the Autojumble's on. Absolutely.
I couldn't come to Beaulieu without mentioning the Beaulieu Autojumble, which is on twice a year, May and September. And these are the gates you go through to paradise in my world. And those are the fields, and it's absolutely packed. So there you go, Beaulieu Motor Museum, Beaulieu Autojumble, Abbey, display, kids area, fantastic place. Get yourself to Beaulieu, it's worth the trip. Bye bye.